Hello everybody, Janet Urban here, founder of Friends in Film. Welcome to our podcast. The purpose of this podcast is to give you insights that you will not learn anywhere, not in film school, not online, not from anybody, even people on film sets will not know what I'm teaching you because we have studied how to go very fast into the film industry and create a career out of it. And that is what this podcast is about, and that is what the A-List program is about, which is our main flagship program that all these people all over the world are doing to work in the film industry. So enjoy today's podcast, and thank you so much for listening. Okay, so what should you do if you have a script or you have a project that you really want to shoot and you think that it's really good, and you are not yet working consistently on professional film sets, but you want to be? And most of your time right now is spent in your job, or maybe you're doing video shoots. So you've got sporadic video shoots that are paying the bills and maybe some other kind of work. But you have this project that you're so excited about and you want to shoot it, you want to get it out there into the world. And you want it to be kind of like your calling card to get into the film industry. Like you want to become known for that. What should you do? Now, although I know that what you want to do is shoot it and then have that be your calling card, at the same time, I know that to make something really great, it's going to take money. It's going to take professional cameras, maybe even 2 or 3 cameras. It's going to take a professional sound person. It's going to take real talent. It's going to have to be a tight script that you can shoot in one location so that you can get all of your shots and have them all edited together and work. So it needs to all be planned. It needs to be done professionally. And right now, we just think that the idea might be pulling us through. And we're hoping that, you can picture it in your mind, and you're hoping that it's going to turn out like that. If this idea is really good, and you know in your heart that it could be something that the industry might really want to make, that it could really go somewhere, then you owe it to yourself to give yourself a professional approach when you make this project. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to strengthen your ability to give that project legs. What that means is that you're going to want to have connections so that when it's done, that you know where it's going to go. You know exactly where it's going to go and who is going to watch it. You want to make sure that it is shot professionally. You don't want it to be something that other people see it and have to imagine it looking great. I think a lot of us have an idea in our mind and we just want to shoot it right away. And then we want to say, well, this is my concept, and it's going to look, of course, much better once some people put some money behind it. That is not the way that professionals operate. And I know that you want to operate like that because that's what you can do right now. But what I'm saying is that you want to get yourself out of the position that you are in now, and you actually want to become a professional so that this project can be done professionally. You owe it to your project to become a professional so that it can live on professionally, because all these projects that you're doing actually live on from beyond you. And that's why you're doing them. That's why you are expressing yourself through this medium of the film industry and this platform of streaming channels of the film industry. If you think about it as you are doing this for a project or an idea that is very important to you and important to the world, then what you may want to do is you may want to have money behind the project, at least $10,000. You may want to have professional DP, professional sound person, professional producer, and this producer could be somebody that is a coordinator for professional shoots. Not a producer for them, but coordinates for them so they know enough, and they want that producer credit. Same thing for the DP that you have shoot your thing. Shoot your project. They might be an assistant camera. They might even be a production assistant on a lot of commercials, a lot of feature films, but they're very capable and they're also connected and they know the gear and they're itching to be a DP. That's a good DP. You may want to ask the Steadicam guy that you meet on a professional set if this person could come in and provide some additional shots to really make that project look amazing. You're going to want to use a real sound person. Sound is one of the most overlooked things for projects. Without good sound, your project is going to suck. Nobody's going to want to watch it. They're going to click off of it immediately as soon as the sound is bad. A lot of us think that, oh, it'll be okay, but you have to be thinking at the professional level. It has to be professional because you want to become a professional and you want this project to actually get professionally made. So you have to make a professional quality project. So right now we have kind of an idea how to do that. And what I'm saying is I want you to absolutely know how to do that. You can absolutely know how to do all of those elements. And you can learn it very fast when you get on these film sets and you start to put it all together. You start to work on other people's projects and you see all of the elements and you make notes like crazy. Oh, this is locations. This is how you get insurance. This is how you find good people. This is a great sound person. This is a boom operator that wants to move up and do sound. I can work with that person on my project. They've got a great attitude and they show up on time. This is a great assistant camera that also has a great eye as a DP. I've seen his work, or I've seen her work. I've seen their work. And this is somebody that's a coordinator that wants to start producing. They will be great for my project and they've already read the script. And I really like working with them. I'm so looking forward to working with all of these people. You put it together. You being a professional, working with other professionals. And when I say this to you today, since you have not met all these professionals yet, you might think that these professionals are like, oh my gosh, the producer, the director. You're not going to work with a producer that's been doing this for 10 or 20 years or a director that's $10,000 per day. You're going to be doing your project with the assistant camera, with the set dresser, with the boom operator, with the second AD on set. So you're going to be working with your professional peers who are maybe 2 to 3 years ahead of you, and they are the ones that are going to be interested in working on your project. They are especially interested because they can also gain experience on your project. And you're also going to want to have money that you can put towards your project. Now, in order to spend your hard-earned money, you're going to want to know that that project is going to be done right. So that's why you'll want to wait until you make some money and then you can put it towards your project. And you can make money by working on these film sets and you can put all that money towards your project. So you've got that part solved. And you want to be working on these film sets anyway so that you can meet these people to work on your project. You want to be working on those film sets anyway because you want to be learning and knowing and grabbing ideas that you have not been exposed to before that you can now incorporate into your project to make it successful. You want to be on these film sets and working with other professionals because those people know other people that can get your project out there. And you want those people to be working, you want the other professionals to be working on your project with you because now they have some skin in the game and they want to see that project be successful. And they have connections too, especially if they've been in the industry for 2 to 3 years, they have many more connections than you do. They've been making professional connections for years and you're just starting now. So their connections become yours when you hook up with the right people. This is why it is so smart to get on sets and to work, just to learn initially and then to meet everybody, to find your team. You could also call this find your tribe, and then have your great projects and make them at that point. You can get access to funding when you are a professional. Nobody wants to give money to somebody that has an idea that's not even working on film sets. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they don't know. But when you are a professional and you are there on set and you've been on set and you know people that other people know and you're working on TV shows that everybody knows, even if you're working on these shows as a production assistant and maybe a coordinator and maybe set dresser and maybe as an assistant camera, you're working around on different projects, but it's Netflix, but it's MTV. Okay, you're working with celebrities. You're working with people that everybody knows. Now people will feel comfortable because you are in the business. You're paid to be there on sets. And now they will be willing. You are a much better bet to give money to for that short that you want to do. Investing in other people's films when they're not in the business is the worst investment you could ever make. Investing in people's films that actually have a plan to make that project go somewhere, that's not a bad investment. Still, the odds of that project actually getting made into a feature film, you know it, very, very low chance. Even somebody like Kevin Costner, who has an idea for a TV series, and with that amount of wealth, he still is not able to get some projects off the ground. One thing's for sure, the reason why you want to get your project made is because you are a director, you are a DP, you are a producer, you are a creative. And when you're getting on film sets and then building your project from being on these film sets, you're doing it like professionals do. You're doing it right. And you're giving your project the best chance of success because you know what you're doing, you got the money to be able to shoot what you want to do, and you also have learned how to actually shoot that and make it successful. You know how to successfully get the shots that you need in order to put something together that makes sense, that tells a story, that has good sound, that looks good, that has good set dressing, that has good acting, no overacting, that's interesting, and that tells a story. If you have some projects that you've always wanted to do, that you've always wanted to shoot, that are very special to you, then do them professionally and give yourself the knowledge and connections and ability to actually have these projects have some legs and go somewhere. So be patient. When I mean be patient, don't be patient on starting your career, but be patient on putting together a project that is really good. Because you're going to have one shot with that project and that idea. When you shoot it and you spend your money and you bring everybody together, you want it to be like totally everything thought about and have the best people on it and have that best script and best story so that it's as good as it can get. It is maximized. So even though it's human instinct to want to throw it together and get it shot and then explain to other people, once I have money, it's going to be great, that is never going to work, and that sets you up for failure. You look like such an amateur because professionals do not operate that way. If it's worth you putting your time and your life for, and other people also investing their time and their life for, make sure that you take it very seriously. Get on these sets, find your people, get access to the equipment, make the money, put the money towards it, and write something really good with a really great story. You might do one project a year. In an entire year, you put all of your energy and focus on your one great project. Maybe you attach some really good talent, which you will be able to do when you are a professional. It can take you to the stratosphere, but you've got to do it right. Nobody that has ever gotten a project off the ground and it turns out to be amazing just did it like on a whim. They all did it with a lot of planning and a lot of input from other professionals to make it better and better. So you really can get to your highest goals as a director, as a DP, as an actor, as a cinematographer, whatever it is that you want to do. So knowing that, plan out your career, knowing that you will be successful and that you are planning your projects and your career and your connections in order to be able to bring your projects and your ideas to the world. And this is how it's done. Okay? Thank you so much, everybody, and have a great day. Thanks so much for listening. And if you want to take your career to the next level in the film industry, go to friendsinfilm.com/join. That's friendsinfilm.com/join. You can sign up for our mini course, learn about the A-list model, and then you can take it all the way and do the A-list program. So that's friendsinfilm.com/join. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day, everybody.